Anyway,
Okay.
ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, we take all of these plants and we turn them into the Giz Fiz.
It's the Giz Fiz.
I guess we should start the show. All right.
It's the Giz Fiz with the Giz Whiz. It's kind of like Cheese Whiz. It's the Giz Fiz. And now your host, Matt's Mattis Writer and the Giz Whiz, Dick DeBartolo.
Chat room, here we are. Giz Fiz PM. All right. I don't know. Okay, so anybody gonna be chat room celebrity of the week? Any takers? If not, we will ask Alex to try to find a yearn to learn theater.
I have some lined up.
Oh, good. He has some lined up. Excellent. This may be one of the best openings on Twit. Maybe in 6 months, ZipDog says. Okay. So we will start with true or false from George Davis. Let's make a deal. Oh, you know, who is watching the new match game, by the way? Let me poll you people. Anybody watching the new match game with Alex Baldwin? Dun-dun-dun. Yes, Meep is watching. No. Watched a few episodes. Okay, let me just turn off the sound on this computer. Silence that. Okay, not since the first. Nah. No. Haven't bothered with it. Okay. All right, so George Davis. I watched for one question. That was too much. Rufus DVRs and watches it. Okay. It actually does fairly well in the ratings. It ain't the old match game. I refuse to answer because a bleep blurp must like it. That's okay, bleep blurp. I have no vested interest in it, so whether you watch it or not is fine. I was spoiled with Match Game 73. All right. While driving, these are from George Davis, 5 true or false questions. While driving in West Virginia, this is going to be bizarre. While driving in West Virginia, you accidentally kill a wild animal. Are you allowed to keep it and eat it? Oh, wait a second. You are allowed to keep it and eat it. Well, let me do that again. While driving in West Virginia, you accidentally kill a wild animal. You are allowed to keep it and eat it. True or false? You must eat it. True? No, you are required to. False, you are required to. Only if it's a skunk. Oh, my gosh. Yes and yes, says Rigotti. Yes, you're allowed to keep it, and yes, you may eat it. True, no matter which animal. True. Only if the animal was drunk. True, as long as it's not related to you. You must eat it by law. True, unless it's Bigfoot. Only on Groundhog Day. All right. No, I'm going to say it's false. Otherwise, I think people would just go out and run down animals, right? They have stands selling roadkill special spice. False, you have to give it to McDonald's. Oh my gosh. All right, Alex, your answer is while driving in West Virginia, you accidentally kill a wild animal. You are allowed to keep it and eat it. True or false?
True.
True. Is Kara there?
No. She's
Okay.
doing something. She's too
doing
good for
something. Oh, okay. And new guy?
False.
False. Okay, I hear Matt. Okay. All right, let's look at the answer. You are driving in West Virginia. You accidentally kill a wild animal. You are allowed to keep it and eat it. Is true. I'll read the rest of the answer from George. True. You have to notify the authorities, obtain a non-hunting permit within 24 hours in order to keep the animal. Okay. May obtain a non-hunting permit. No, not non-hunting, non-hunting. All right. Question 2. In Portugal, you are not allowed to drive while wearing flip-flops. True or false? In Portugal, you are not allowed to drive while wearing flip-flops. True. True, but no other clothes are required. False, then no one would drive. That's true for most states, says Houdini. True unless you're a politician. Just Portugal? What about flop flips? Travis says, false, it's a requirement. True, Uggs only. False, and they must be on your hands. You can only wear Gucci's. Flip-flops are the national footwear. This is very funny. Okay, you have to, in Portugal, you are not allowed to drive while wearing flip-flops. Alex, true or false?
True.
True, okay. And Matt?
True.
Okay, what, did Matt fall on the microphone? And the answer is true. That's probably a good law, actually. Question 3 from George Davis. It is against the law. This is great. It's against the law to tie an alligator to a fire hydrant in Detroit, Michigan. It's against the law to tie an alligator to a fire hydrant in Detroit, Michigan. I know it's not true in New York because there's a alligator right outside my window tied to a fire hydrant. Oh, Alex, you have a photo answer. First, we'll ask Matt. It is against the law to tie an alligator to a fire hydrant in Detroit, Michigan. Matt? Oh, did Matt leave too?
He just wasn't paying attention. Oh, we already know the answer. I guess we can't.
Oh, you know. Okay. Alex will reveal the answer with a photo. Well, wait a minute. Alligators are not allowed to be tied to a fire hydrant. My God, look at I would not be anywhere on that street. All right, question 4. It is illegal to grow dandelions in the city of Pueblo, Colorado. It is illegal to grow dandelions in the city of Pueblo, Colorado. You know, are dandelions in any form can be made into a drug? Alligators are not allowed to drive wearing Crocs in Michigan. It's illegal to grow dandelions. Oh, dandelion wine. How could you stop it? Yeah, that's pretty. That's interesting, Conky. They make good jam. Yes, you must grow weed. All right. Against the law to grow dandelions in the city of Pueblo, Colorado. Alex?
True.
True. And Matt?
False.
False. And the answer from George Davis? It is illegal to grow dandelions in the city of Pueblo, Colorado. I called the city. George is talking, and he said I called Colorado, the city, yesterday to verify the answer, and it's under Municipal Code Title 7, Chapter 4, Section 1, because they are weeds.
So that's true, right?
So that's true. That is correct. And 5. The most keyword subject searches on YouTube is for tutorials on new computer games. The most keyword subject searches on YouTube is for watching tutorials on computer games. True or false? I don't. The most subject search. I don't know what the most subject search would be, but I don't think it was. Has to be porn. Gonki says no. It has to be porn. All right, Alex. The most search word on YouTube is words for watching tutorials on computer games. True or false?
True.
True. Oh, okay. And Matt?
False.
False. And let's go to the answer sheet. The most searched is for anything music related. So that is false. Anything music related. All right. Stay cool, everybody. From George Davis. Thank you, George. The most searched keyword is the GizFiz falls over Johnny Carson's desk. For people who haven't seen that clip, can we show that later, Alex? It's only 50 seconds.
Yeah.
If you know where it is. Okay. So we will now go into logo. Then we'll do yearn to learn. And then we'll see if Dennis is going to come down, and we'll end with match game. Okay. Bum.
Public service. So here is Mr. Richard DeBartolo. Mr. DeBartolo.
National Safety Council. There you go. Okay. I don't think I know any of these brands. All right, there they are. That had to hurt somewhat. At the time it didn't. But it hurts now, I'll tell you that much. Which brand began as a food stand serving commuters. What brand began as a food stand serving commuters? You want to cut back to that? Maybe you can just, I know my camera's not focusing, but maybe you can see one of these three brands started out as a food stand.
Can you read the names to us?
Oh, yeah, I will. Wan Chai Ferry, Labrador, Lara bar, Labrador, and boy, organic, Muir Green, organic. Boy, look, this is so tiny. Oh, I'm sorry, Muir Glen, organic. Anybody know any of those brands? Labrador dogs. I never heard it. I'm not even gonna finish the question. I'll tell you the answer. It was one Ferry brand started as a dumpling stand in Hong Kong. Hong Kong. Jeez. All right, this is better. All right. What restaurant chain says, when you hear your family? Here comes Dennis for match game. What restaurant chain proclaims when you hear your family? Dun, dun, dun. Olive Garden. Oh, okay. Prison Cantina. Soylent KFC. That's good. Some Do Break. Golden Corral. Alex, do you know?
I do.
All right. Everybody seems to know. Alex, are they sponsoring the show this week?
They are, but they wasn't up to our quality bar, so we could skip their ad.
Wow, we're throwing money away right and left.
We demand quality in our advertisements here on the GizFiz PM.
Wow. All right. These are new rules. Nabisco was originally known by what name? Nabisco was originally known by what name? Yes, Standards and Practices is very stern, Beatmaster. Correct. Slave Elves, Bisquick. You know, Alex, do you? Right? Nabisco was originally known by...
I think I know.
Okay, Dennis. And what's your answer, Alex?
Is it the National Biscuit Company?
It is indeed Uncle Festa's Bakery. Spike has it. No. National Biscuit Company. You need a biscuit. But, boy, I wonder if they're still around. You know, I think it was 5 years after eating You Need a Biscuit that I realized that that the name was You Need a Biscuit. Okay. Italian for a wasp and also a scooter company. Swamp Rat has a reproduction tin for You Need a Biscuit. Okay. Vespucci? Okay. Yes, You Need a Biscuit was Nabisco. White Whizzer. Razor. Italian for wasp. And okay, Alex.
Sorry, what was the question again?
Scooter brand that is Italian for wasp.
Vespa.
Okay, and Matt?
No idea. Didn't even hear the question.
Okay.
Hey,
it
Kara's
is-
here. Kara, do you want to answer the question without hearing it?
I don't speak Italian. I did hear the question.
And your answer is?
I don't know.
You seem to given up.
I give up.
Wow, I don't know, Kara. When you're not at the board, like you have no interest in the show. I don't know whatever happened to you. All right. Final question before we go to the Yearn to Learn Theater. What does the metal clip on a Parker pen resemble? Now, this I happen to know because when I was a kid, I thought owning a Parker pen was really something. And I remember on my birthday, I kept saying, please, someone give me a Parker pen. You know, it's interesting. I think in reality, I see the right answer, but I almost see two different right answers. What's depicted on the body? Oh, no, that's the wrong. What does the metal clip on a Parker pen resemble? Dennis? An arrow. Alex, you say you know?
I actually didn't know what a Parker pen was.
Oh, my gosh. All right. Then, Kara,
But
yes?
we have a new sponsor.
Oh, my gosh, yes. All right, so will it answer our question, you
Here
think?
within the cap of the all-new Parker 51, you'll find the world's smoothest writing pen point. It's Parker's exclusive new electro-polished point, the point that's made mirror smooth in an electro bath, which dissolves all the microscopic burrs and ridges found on ordinary points. The electro-polished Parker point is the smoothest you ever touched to paper. Try it tomorrow. The beautiful all-new electro-polished Parker 51, world's smoothest writing pen.
And go back to the beginning of that commercial for a second, and we can see for ourselves the answer is an arrow. And, you know, someone said 2 hearts. And for some reason, oh, 2 hearts is Papermate. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. I guess we can't have Papermate as a sponsor on the same show as Parker Pens, right?
Yeah, well, it's all stall for 20 seconds.
Oh, okay. Well, you know, we're calling standards and practices, and we're saying that Parker Pen is the original sponsor of the show, but Papermate wants in because they've looked around and they see the quality of our audience, and they realize that a Parker Pen is
Papermate ink is leak-proof. Use a Papermate pen.
Papermate ink is smear-proof. Use a Papermate pen.
Bankers approve Papermate, only $1.69 everywhere.
Buy a Papermate.
You'll say it's great when you write with a Papermate pen.
Yes, you'll say it's the greatest when you write with a new Papermate pen. It's this new silver tip that does it. More about that later. But now, let's join the Irwins.
Wow. Yeah, Papermate. This is a more a Papermate audience, $1.69, because Parker Pens were like, I think they were like $10. And back when I was a kid, $10 today is probably close to, I'd say $750,000, somewhere around there. Okay, are we going to do? No, that wasn't Stu. Oh, Stu Irwin was who the guy was introducing. 50 cents for 30 pens. All right, Alex, is the chat room picking a subject, or are you picking the subject?
So I do have a few lined up if we want to continue the series on train related and subway system related topics.
Okay, I think we should take a break from that.
Yeah.
Break, boring.
Fine, Kara, you pick one. Go.
Yes, let Kara pick one.
Give me 5 minutes.
Come on, Kara. Pick one and then tell us your reasoning and what you think the impact will be on the chat room from your from what you think the audience will learn from watching the video you have so carefully selected.
I don't know. You pick.
Just close your eyes and point to
Alex has
something.
been extra mean lately. Old.
Ink was $90 an ounce back then.
Can't think of it right now.
What did the GizFiz say about the quality of the audience? No, I was saying that Parker Pen was beyond our reach and that we were more a Bic, what's the other Papermate people?
Okay, I'm not waiting for Kara. I got another.
How about
All right, we have another one. Okay, just throw it up on the screen.
We have seen well, what have we? Did we ever watch What to Do on a Date?
What to do on a date?
Chat room, did we do What to Do on a Date?
It came up first in Google, so.
All right, let's do it.
It's called What to Do on a Date. Vintage education videos.
Yes. Okay. No, we need something else. Yes. Oh my God! Everybody says yes.
We did a few weeks ago. We did What is Money or something about money. So we have a continuation.
A continuation of
Unhidden Play.
Unhidden Play? Oh, using the bank. Okay. You'll need a gun and a mask. This is
good. The bank
good.
offers us many services. And like Mr. Frank Adams, most of us use the bank. The bank is a good place to keep money. And here is Mr. Adams filling out a deposit slip.
I have to write this down.
He lists cash and checks separately. The total, $62.53, is the amount he is going to deposit in his savings account.
Unfortunately, all he has is 25
cents. He
cents.
takes the cash, the check, the deposit slip, and his bank book to the teller at the savings window.
I'm sorry, this window is closed.
The teller places the bank book in an adding recording machine.
Ooh.
Into the bank book, she punches the amount of his deposit and the new balance, which is the total amount that Mr. Adams now has in his savings account. There's the amount of the deposit, $62.53. The pages of the bank book show the record of Mr. Adams' savings account.
Who is loaded.
8 years ago, one March, he made his first deposit of $50. As he made regular deposits from his earnings, his balance grew.
Really?
But his balance actually became greater than the sum of all his deposits.
What?
For at the end of each 6 months interest period, the bank added interest to his balance, which therefore kept on growing.
Oh my gosh. We don't do that anymore.
The teller puts Mr. Adams' deposit slip with other deposit slips in this basket. These slips are a record of the money that has come into the bank. And up here, they're checked in the proving machine.
Oh, the proving machine.
The bank's careful methods give Mr. Adams confidence that his savings are secure. And so does the federal government's insurance guarantee.
Wow. $50. Oh, $5,000. And now they're taking his $67.
Some of the money of the depositors is kept behind the great door of this vault.
Oh. Okay, bring in that $67. Oh, do you have the key for this inner gate here?
Part of the money that comes into a bank is kept in cash. But the rest of it must be put to work to earn a profit for the bank.
Okay.
And so the bank invests much of its money.
And this is the back door to the hotel next door.
According to law, these investments must be safe investments, such as government bonds, municipal bonds, and mortgages.
And ward bond.
The bank also invests its customers' money in personal and business loans to reliable people.
Yeah, let me buy some furniture for the house.
Here is Mr. Adams with the president of the Elmville National Bank. They're discussing a loan.
You've saved over $4,000.
That's right, Mr. Smith. I've saved 80% of the capital I'll need to start my hardware business.
I see. And now you would like to borrow an additional $1,000 from us.
That's right.
Well, that's not going to happen.
Explain why you feel this town needs another hardware store. Tell me, Mr. Adams, how much experience have you had in the hardware business?
I worked as a salesman for 3 years with the Lewis
And
Wholesale
I have a
Hardware
lot of nuts and bolts at home.
And I have managed the appliance department in the King hardware store here in Elmville for the past 8 years.
That should certainly be enough. And you've
Do
been
you own
promised
a
location on
screwdriver?
Washington Street.
Yes, I have, Mr. Smith.
Good place for a hardware store. Well, I think we can make you this loan.
Oh, that's fine. Will the bank need security?
No.
Yes, we'll need your wife and kids.
As you say,
and we have to put them in that big vault until you pay it back.
Besides, you've lived in this town and banked with us for quite a while. You have a good reputation. We know you're reliable.
I'm glad you think so.
Here's the note, and this is where you sign. You'd better read it over carefully first.
Let's see.
100% interest.
To the Elmville National Bank.
Compounded
$1,000
daily.
In monthly installments of $50, beginning 1 month from the date of this note. This seems okay.
Okay, we'll change all the terms once you leave the room.
Fine. And since you're paying the loan back on a monthly basis, we will calculate the interest on a monthly basis, too. The tables in this book will give us the exact figure. Now, let's see. 20 months.
$1,000. You'll owe $50,000 in interest.
$20.43. Now, we will subtract the interest from the principal.
Add in the bank charges.
That sounds all right.
You go home with
How much
nothing.
will it come to?
It comes to exactly $979.57.
That's fair enough.
Miss Jenkins, will you please make out a check to Mr. Frank Adams for $979.57.
Right away, Mr. Smith.
Thanks. Now, how about
and
opening
get
a
yourself
checking
an
account for your
acting
new
career.
business?
Yes. I'd like to do that right away so I can start paying for my furnishings and my merchandise by check. I'll start my checking account.
Mr. Adams finds his new checking account very useful. To pay for the $150 worth of merchandise which he has ordered, he is going to draw a check on his bank.
For how much?
Here is the stub of his check.
Wow.
To the balance brought forward, he has added his most recent deposit. From the total, he subtracts the amount of his present check.
Wow, this is really complicated.
$150. He keeps a complete record of his checking account on his stubs. The check itself is drawn on the Elmville National Bank. That means
which
it
is
an
good
instruction
because
to the
he's
bank
at
to
Chase.
Pay to the order of the Miller Supply Company the sum of $150. Mr. Adams writes the amount in words so there can be no mistake. The Elmville Bank on which this check is drawn will pay out the $150 as soon as the Miller Supply Company endorses or signs the check and presents it for payment.
Wow.
All that remains for Mr. Adams is to mail the check with his order to the Miller Supply Company, which can collect the money as soon as it endorses the check.
You know, you could just cross the street and buy the stuff.
And here's the check arriving at the Miller Supply Company.
Oh!
The girl stamps or endorses it. But instead of collecting the money direct from the Elmville National Bank, the company does it through its own bank, where the check is arriving right now.
Isn't
This
this a little
bank can
too
collect the
many steps?
$150 once it places its own endorsement on the check, as it is doing here. But instead of collecting the money directly, it uses a more convenient method. Like many other banks,
Counterfeit money.
It sends its checks to the Federal Reserve Bank for collection.
Oh, now you know we're good.
The Federal
government's
Reserve Bank
involved.
is set up to handle thousands of checks from hundreds of banks in a single day. All these banks save themselves a great deal of trouble by collecting on checks through the Reserve Bank.
And
The
now,
Federal Reserve
too bad
Bank
we don't have
collects the
labels
money
on these
direct from the
pigeonholes.
banks
Yeah, that's right.
on
Yeah,
which
that's, yeah.
the checks are drawn.
See if they
and
can
returns
find
the
that
checks to
check.
these banks.
Yeah.
And so, Mr. Adams' check reaches the Elmville National Bank, where it is canceled to show that $150 has been paid out of Mr. Adams' account. As proof, the canceled check will be sent to him along with his monthly statement.
And $79
And here Mr. Adams is
for
serving a
all
customer
those
in his
handling
hardware store.
charges.
He is building up a prosperous business with the help of his bank loan and the money he has saved over the years in his savings account.
This is a hardware store?
And there is the lady's change. But speaking of change, the store is beginning to run short of it. Yes?
Oh, no.
There's just time to change his coat and get to the bank before closing time. Mr. Adams finds his local bank very convenient. Not only because it can always give him all the small needs,
and also because he's
because
the
of its
only
other services,
customer.
such as his savings account, the loan which it gave him, and the checking account which makes it possible for him to pay for his orders by check. At the teller's window, he is getting his small change, conveniently wrapped in paper and labeled nickels, dimes, quarters, and half-dollars. Mr. Adams is a good customer of the bank. In
And
return,
the only
the bank
customer.
provides many
Okay,
services
he's
for
gone.
him
Let's close.
and for everyone who uses the bank.
Wow. It's amazing, isn't it? Now you take a picture of a check and it gets deposited. Yeah, what is this check thing? Again, he didn't have to, yeah, I know, he didn't have to wait in line. Gosh, who's old enough to remember when the bank closed at 3 o'clock on a Friday? What's a $50? Okay. We're now going to end the show with 10 minutes of match game and then a few minutes of Charlie. So let me get the match game questions. So what? Oh, do you know what? Yeah, I think it is. Yeah. Okay. So then, let me get a piece of paper. And we have something to show on camera and let the chat room see if they can figure out why we're showing it. Ta-da! All right, chat room. The bartender at the Malibu restaurant said, "We're so close to the ocean at high tide, we have blanks on the rocks." The bartender at the Malibu restaurant said, "We're so close to the ocean at high tide, we have blanks on the rocks." Seaweed, clams, seafood, water trout, seagulls, barnacles. Oh, that's good. We have rocks on the rock. We have sewage spills on the rocks, sea urchin, seagulls, oil spills, shamu, jellyfish on the rocks, fishermen. Oh my gosh. Dudes, tables and chairs, prisoners. The bartender at the Malibu restaurant said, "We're so close to the ocean at high tide, we have blanks on the rocks." Alex, you said barnacles. Oh, you met someone in the chat room. Kara, we have shrimp on the rocks. Matt, we have starfish on the rocks. Dennis, you don't have to write it down. The bartender at the Malibu restaurant said, "We're so close to the ocean at high tide, we have blanks on the rocks." Seaweed. Okay. Matt, I guess we'll give you and me a match. I said fish. You said starfish. Okay. Bums on the rocks. Okay. Yeah. So, Alex, when did you start doing concerts?
That is not the first time. Who's that? I've been.
Who's that?
It's Josh Groban.
Oh.
Oh, okay. You have been
other people, random people. More so when I had longer hair. More random people at like airports would ask me, "Are you Josh Groban, or do you know Josh Groban?" Or like,
"Oh my gosh." Yeah, you want to see that again? That is pretty. Look at, there's a lot of Alex in that. No, not that. Okay, all right. Well, then we are not far wrong. Okay, a politically incorrect question from January, February, March. From April 27th, 1984. Big Bertha was so big when she went to the beach, she applied suntan lotion with a blank. Big Bertha was so big when she went to the beach, she applied suntan lotion with a blank. Have a pen? Okay, I have one. With an earth mover? Oh my God. Okay. A fire hose. A crop duster. Oh my gosh. Fire hose. How do you do that with a fire hose? Okay, Big Bertha was so big when she went to the beach, she had to apply her suntan lotion with a blank. Dennis, you said, with a paint roller. Okay. Alex, you said.
Make them go first.
Steamroller. Oh, okay. And Matt with a surfboard. Okay. And Alex said with a hose.
Yeah, like with a spray thing.
Oh, okay. I said a roller, paint roller. Okay. Chat room, let me look up. Black Rock dipping vat, paint sprayer, Zip Dog Match Dennis, a spatula. All good answers, says Radio Rod. Okay. Okay. If we've done this before, it doesn't matter because the who knows what the original questions were. But just, I like this question. Dumb Dora was so dumb. How dumb was she? She thought Blank Horn was Lena Horne's sister.
Didn't we do this one?
Yes, that's
okay.
what I just said.
Sorry, yeah,
That's what I just... Yeah, for years we never repeated a question on Match Game, and we got to 20,000 questions. I said, who could possibly remember what anybody said? But remember, you want to write down a horn that will match others. She thought Matterhorn was Lena Horne's sister, Bullhorn, Flugelhorn, Bighorn, Hunky Horn, Horn of Plenty. All right, Dumb Dora was so dumb, she thought Blank Horn, Dennis. Cape Horn. Oh, okay, Cape Horn was Lena Horne's sister, Alex. Foghorn, Leghorn. Several in the chat room said that. Kara. Foghorn, Kara. Ta-da! And French horn. Okay. Excellent. Since everybody's getting so upset that we may have done that before, let me get a different sheet. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, the inventor said, I invented the first Teflon-coated blank. It wasn't a good idea because people kept sliding off. The inventor said, I invented the first Teflon-covered blank. It wasn't a good idea because people kept sliding off. Let's see, this is the tiebreaker material. A chair's good. Diving board, oh, that's good. Car seat, condom, oh my, a ladder, doormat, bar stool, saddle, church pew, elevator. Okay. The inventor said, I invented the world's first Teflon-covered blanket. It wasn't a great idea. People kept sliding off. And Dennis says, oh, the first escalator. You matched someone in the chat. Oh, yes, Dr. Morbius. Okay, Alex, you said tilt-a-whirl. Okay, Kara. Wheelchair. Okay. Matt. A saddle. You matched several people in the chat room. I matched a lot of people in the chat room because I said toilet seat. Okay. Bum bum. Okay. Marty said to Dumb Dora, the Jewish holidays are called Passover, not blank over. Marty said to Dumb Dora, the Jewish holidays are called Passover, not blank over. Hangover. Oh, that's good. Jump over, fall over. Excellent. Bend over, throw over, gloss over, do over, make over, screw over, gazelle over. Yeah. Okay. Marty said to Dumb Dora, the Jewish holidays are called Passover, not blank over. Dennis said, not sleepover. Oh, that's a good answer. Alex, you said not fall over. Kara, not pull over. That's excellent. And Matt, oh, you said sleep. Yep, matched Dennis. And I said not turn over. I don't think I matched anybody. Screw over, do over, turn over. Apple turn, I guess apple turn over. Oh, okay. We'll match that. All right. Oh, you want to go get Charlie? I'll do one match game question while Dennis gets Charlie, and then we'll end the show because it's almost 9 o'clock. 6 o'clock when the brick house slowly goes to dinner and closes the door. Oh, okay. You know how you can tell a bad restaurant? In addition to a full-time cook, they also need a full-time blank. You know how you can tell a bad restaurant? In addition to a full-time cook, they also need a full-time blank. Okay. Oh, God. Vomit cleaner, exterminator, health inspector, doctor's good, coroner's good, exterminator, hold, undertaker, emergency red phone. Okay, Alex, you know it's a bad restaurant when they have a full-time cook, but they also need a full-time...
them first.
A full-time lawyer. Oh, that's very good. Okay, and Matt? A full-time restroom cleaner. Okay, Alex, have you
I misheard the question. I thought it was a good restaurant, and I read bathroom attendant, but it's bad.
Oh, okay. Dennis, just yell an answer. You can tell a bad restaurant when, in addition to a full-time cook, they also need a full-time blank. A full-time doctor, Dennis says. I said I match a lot of people in the chat room, fortunately. A full-time exterminator. And ladies and gentlemen, Charlie the dog. Oh. Oh, I should have had... Charlie joined us 3 years ago Wednesday, weighing 8 pounds. Charlie. And the shelter he came from said, see if you can get Charlie to eat. He refuses to eat anything. I don't know if I told you. So one day we were feeding the birds in the yard, and we were feeding them bread. And Charlie came out and started eating bread. I don't know, for some reason he was brought up on bread. Charlie weighs 11 pounds, so he gained almost a third of his weight. But it turned out Charlie was a very sick dog, actually. He had two kinds of what were they? Oh, he had two kinds of parasites. And so after a couple of weeks, they took him back, and the vet said, I have good news and bad news. The good news is those parasites are gone. And the bad news is there's a third parasite we didn't see the first time. Anyway, so now Charlie was 8 pounds, and Charlie's 11 pounds now. Our cat broke into the bread when she was a kitten. It's so funny. Charlie still loves bread. I mean, he loves everything else. He loves Caesar. Melon. Charlie eats melon. Charlie likes fruit except grapes. He loves to take a grape and then run around the room and throw them places. Yeah, the bad news is, here's my bill. You know, we're thrilled with Charlie. He's great. No, I don't have to clean my glasses. Charlie cleans them. Gluten. Okay, chat room. So we'll be back to GizFiz on Thursday, 7:30 East Coast, 4:30 Pacific. And then I'll be back doing this next Saturday. Hey, so Alex, on April 20th, the radio show is live from the
August 20th.
Oh, August 20th. I'm sorry. August 20th. The radio show is live on Saturday.
Yes.
And then is it live on Sunday from the new place?
No. So it'll be still at the Brick House. It would be pretty much exactly what we did with the cottage to the Brick House, where Sunday Leo will start here at the Brick House at the radio show. And then after the radio show, we'll take the trolley across town to the new place and then do Twit from there.
Oh, that's going to be great. Oh, that's going to be super. Great. All right, so chat room, this has been GizFiz PM. GizFiz PM is a Mark Goodson, Bill Totten, Dennis Wonderland, Dick DeBartolo, Charlie the dog, Kara Cole, Matt the semi-new guy, Alex Gumpel, Jammer B, Strent Stooge, Tavis Meck, Beep, Monty Loke, Davey Rufus, Beef Team, Becky, Dr. Mom, Spike, Zip Dog Production. Brought to you by Turtle Wax. New Turtle Wax sprinkles. It's for ice cream and your sparkling floor. Bye. And an Eric Dockman, too. Bye. Bye, everybody. Thanks, Alex. Thanks, Kara. Thanks. Oh, I never see that step. I never see that step.